This is a cat. This is a woman. Biologically, their only similarity is that they're both mammals. Excluding that, however, they're of completely different species in nature. So, why are they so commonly associated with each other in society and popular slang? The heroine Catwoman makes a direct connection between the two, but there are even more connections metaphorically and figuratively. The word pussy, for instance, literally means cat. However, this word can also be used to describe someone as weak, fragile, womanlike. Furthermore, the word has been warped into slang for a female body part. We use cats to describe femininity. Catfights, for example. When two females act in conflict with each other, it's not uncommon for one to call these fights catfights. Even catcalling, the popular term of street harassment, connects women to cats. When a male calls out a crude comment to a passing by female, it is acknowledged as catcalling. So, what are women? Are they human or are they less than that? Are they animals? Are they objects? Do these social normalities and nicknames dehumanize women through objectification? These are the questions, and this is This American Life.
It's you walking home and getting whistled at by a man driving by. It's a stranger telling you that you look good in that outfit. It's a stranger telling you what he would like to do to you in that outfit. It's a man telling you that you look beautiful, and then telling you that you're a whore when you don't respond. It's a stranger making you feel out of place in your own skin, uncomfortable for simply existing. It's verbal harassment. It's something that women have to deal with throughout their lifetime because they dared to have a body, and it's not a compliment. Catcalling is the dehumanizing objectification of women, which men can't seem to see for what it truly is: sexual harassment.
How you doing today? Wow. That's not good.
Wow.
Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Somebody's acknowledging you for being beautiful. She said, thank you. Nice. Damn. Damn.
Sexy American Eagle.
Hello, good morning. God bless you. Have a good day, all right?
Doing good?
Hey, look at that. It's $5,000.
Yeah, bro.
You want to talk? Huh? We can't be friends or nothing? You don't speak. If I give you my number, you talk to me? No? Too ugly?
A selected few males of different ages were asked to give their input on catcalling, starting with their definitions of it.
What is catcalling in your opinion?
No, I guess it's just whistling or making some kind of noise that lets the other person know that you think they're hot or attractive.
It's like kind of just shouting out something to like a passing by girl or whatever, saying like how she looks and stuff like that.
It's when a man sees a, very attractive woman walk by, and they're like, yeah, I want some of that.
Have you ever catcalled?
That's not really my style, but I'm sure I have.
To my memory, I don't think I've ever actually catcalled someone.
Are you kidding me? Of course.
So explain, what do you do when you catcall people?
Well, I'm typically around my friends, and when I see them, like a hot chick walk by, I'll be like, hey guys, look, look! And well, I have a code name. I say, hey look, it's Jimmy. Because it's better than saying, hey look at that babe, you know? It's a lot easier.
Do you think you catcall more when you're with your friends or when you're by yourself?
I don't catcall at all when I'm alone.
So, just with your friends?
Just with my friends, I guess.
In your opinion, does it objectify women?
No, I don't think it objectifies women. It just lets them know that you think they're attractive.
So, in your opinion, it does or doesn't objectify women?
I think it does, but not like anything too radical.
Do you think this like turns women more into a sexual object than a person?
Yeah, more into a sexual object.
So then, in your opinion, there's circumstances where it's okay then?
Yeah.
Are there circumstances where you think catcalling is okay?
From a guy's perspective, it seems completely harmless, so...
Why is that?
I don't know, I feel like it's just... It's more complimentary than negative, so I feel like it's not a hindrance on a woman.
So, do you personally think catcalling is okay?
I think it's fine.
The idea that catcalling dehumanizes and objectifies women is debatable amongst the guys, but they all agree on one thing: catcalling is okay. The perspectives changed, however, when females were asked to give their input on the topic. Keisha Jones, mother of 3, shares her thoughts and opinions on the matter.
Have you ever been catcalled?
I guess. Not today.
How do you feel about that? Like personally? How does it make you feel?
I think it's lame because no woman is ever going to turn around and go, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Let's get together, get married, have children, and live our lives together.
What are your opinions on catcalling?
I did not raise my sons to behave like that, so my opinion is it's really a way for guys. Usually guys don't catcall unless they're with another guy, so they're trying to impress another guy. And it's lame, and it's not going to get them anywhere, and it just makes them look like jerks.
Are there any circumstances where you think catcalling is okay?
No.
We remember age 9, the first time we are catcalled. 12, fraudulent bodies calling us women before we have the chance to. 13, the year dad says wearing short skirts in the city is like driving without a seatbelt.
Similar questions were asked to Karina Council, a sophomore in high school.
What is your definition of catcalling?
I would say catcalling is anytime you are in a public setting and someone makes a rude comment about your appearance.
Have you ever personally been catcalled?
I have personally been catcalled. The earliest I can remember was being in the 6th grade.
Can you explain what happened in the 6th grade?
Oh, yeah. I was walking to my friend's house and I just got this really cute dress. And so I wore it and it was over summer and I was walking down the street and these two 50-year-old men in the car drove past me and whistled and honked at me, and I was very young and very uncomfortable. There's another instance when I was in the 7th grade, so that means I was about 12, and I was walking home with a friend and we had these 4 guys in a car come driving past us and yelling at us, and it was not just oh, you look so cute today. It was full on screaming at us, and it was such a scary thing because it's you're 2 12-year-old girls and you have a car full of 20-year-old men and you don't know what to do in the situation, and it's just a scary thing, and it's such a bad thing because it happens so often that nobody really knows how to deal with it. I've been actually called, I wouldn't explain this as catcalling, but I've been out with my mom and older men have been oh, where is she from? She's so exotic, she's so beautiful, and it's just no, I'm from California and I'm just tan, I'm not exotic.
How does it make you feel that you have been catcalled?
It's really uncomfortable, and it's been very recently where I realized how wrong it actually is, because it's been happening to me from such a young age that I've just grown up and I've been used to it, but I realized I shouldn't have to be used to it.
Okay, you said it that you realized how wrong it is. What made you realize that it was wrong?
Because it's like you're literally driving down the street and you see a little girl and you have to make a comment about what she's wearing, and it's just like, no, you don't do that to someone.
So, do you think this objectifies women into a sexual object?
Of course it objectifies women, because if it didn't, men wouldn't be yelling at me from their car when I was 12 years old.
So, in other words, do you think this dehumanizes women?
It does dehumanize women, because at 12 years old, I'm not seen as a little girl. I'm seen as, oh, that hot, pretty thing in that small, like, that short dress, and I wasn't. I was 12.
Are there circumstances that you think catcalling is at all okay?
No, it's not.
From evidence, it appears that while the catcallers think it's harmless, the catcallees find it to be very wrong. According to StopStreetHarassment.org, each and every one of these girls have over a 99% chance of experiencing street harassment at some point of their lives. 9 out of 10 will experience this before the age of 17, and 3 out of 5 before 14. 2 out of 3 will be sexually harassed in college, but only 1 out of 10 will report the incident. All in all, whether you agree or disagree, catcalling objectifies women. Catcalling is completely inappropriate.
They're doing it because they're girls. Oh, here they go again. People stereotype women on a daily basis every day. But is it only the men who objectify women? Ew, she's a slut. She's not even that pretty. Women are caught objectifying each other in their daily conversation every day. The real question is, why? Comments, judgments, they're all verbal harassment. Fighting between girls, physically or verbally, also known as catfights, are an action of dehumanizing women. Should us women really objectify each other when we actually try to make men stop? Objectification and dehumanization need to come to a fine end, whether by men or women.
Do you think girls are as mean to each other as boys are?
Meaner. There can be more drama involved.
Why is that?
I have not figured that out yet. But I'm young. I'm working on it.
While Mr. Jones and many others may not know why girls act this way, the majority of America acknowledges this behavior and even finds it entertaining.
I'm happy you guys have figured it out. You're both ass. We're done. I was not ass.
I was an ass, and I am sorry about it.
You both handled it incorrectly. That's the
How?
moral of
What
the
did
story.
I do, Morgan?
The point is,
what
Dorothy,
did I do wrong?
The point is we're moving on from it right now. We're moving. It's our anniversary. I want you to stop talking.
Tracy Smith, a third-grade teacher, was asked to share her point of view and experiences on catfighting.
Can you define what catfighting is?
Fighting between girls, being mean, bullying, putting each other down.
Personally, have you been a victim of girl-on-girl crime?
Personally, I mean, I've had people be a little mean to me, but I don't know if I would say I've really been a victim of catfighting.
As a elementary school teacher, do you see girl-on-girl crime in your occupation?
Yes, the girls can be very catty. One day they're best friends, the next day they're not best friends, and it's usually over very silly things. They can be really mean, but then they forgive each other pretty quickly too. So they're definitely moody and pick on each other.
Do you think females are ruder to each other than males are?
I think girls can put each other down, and they're more jealous, and they don't encourage each other as much. They can definitely be meaner with their words, I think, yes.
How do girls differ from boys in fighting?
think guys are more physical and they kind of just say something and they kind of get over it quicker. I think girls tend to hold grudges longer.
Do you think girls being catty with each other can be dehumanizing?
Yeah, again, I mean, it depends on depends on what they're saying, how rude they are, how negative they are. Yeah, it definitely can have a negative impact on girls.
Furthermore, 16-year-old peer Megan Stevens was interviewed to give more insight on the topic.
Have you ever been a victim of girl-on-girl crime?
Like physical fighting?
No. This is like just girl fighting. Like.
Oh yeah. Like who hasn't?
Can you share an experience when you were a victim of girl-on-girl crime?
One time I was in the 8th grade, 7th grade maybe, and I had a girl who was very, very rude and for some reason didn't like me, even though like I really didn't do anything to her. I was just sassy, but like that's me. And she told people not to talk to me and she paid them all $5.
Can you share another experience?
I had a friend, a really close friend, who knew I liked a guy, and like we had like some messages that were like, she was like flirting with him, and I knew she was because she's been my friend for a really long time. And I was like, hey, if you like him, just tell me. And she was like, I don't like him. So like our messages were kind of rude, but she sent them to the guy I like.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me want to punch her in the face.
Are you guys still friends today?
Yes, but I don't think things will be the same.
Have there been times when you've been catty with another girl?
Yeah, I can just be sassy to them and a little like, I don't like you today, so I'm just not gonna talk to you.
Can you think of other times, like specific examples when you were?
I never really say like harsh comments to like their faces, but like if I don't really like the person, I'll just roll my eyes various amounts of times and I'll just walk away very like they know I'm pissed at them.
Do you think females are ruder to each other than males are?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I think because we're more insecure, and I feel like for guys, if they literally just fist fight it out, they can be best friends like 2 minutes later. But I think with girls, it's like we hold grudges and it's a little bit more harsher. So if like you even say like, oh, you're being really like rude today, they'll just be like, that's so mean, and then they'll like hold a grudge for like a year. So it's like, okay.
Why do you think girl fights are so different from boys?
For some reason, girls always go to how pretty somebody is. So like if you're in a fight with someone, it's automatically like, well, you're really ugly. So like guys, they're just like, they don't really have drama fights. Like no rumors really started about guys. It's usually just like a fight like, oh, you're being a dick. All right, well, I hate you. All right, let's fight. And then they fight and then they're done. But like us girls, it's like, well, she did this and this and then she kissed this guy and like I don't approve of her and like she'd be a bitch.
Do you think girl fights can be dehumanizing?
Yes.
Can you elaborate?
I feel like we're not civil. Sometimes we'll do things that we wouldn't do just on a normal daily basis just because we're in a fight with that person.
Why do you wear your hair like that? Your hair looks so sexy pushed back. Katie, will you please tell him his hair looks sexy pushed back?
Regina was dangling Aaron in front of me on purpose. I knew how this would be settled in the animal world. But this was girl world.
Your hair looks sexy pushed back.
While we may not act as uncivil as Katie explains as the animal word, these fights can degrade the humanity of women involved. So, back to the fundamental question. What are women? Women are not cats. Women are not animals. Women are not objects. Women are not for sex. Women are not for entertainment. Women are not designed for drama. Women are people. Women are civil. Women are women. Treat them like one.